Hello and welcome everybody back to the Dumbass class with me, the Dyslexic Gamer, as we actually start off a brand new tabletop RPG series. Yes, the title is still the same, but the story is very much different, along with the players. Damn you soon, Raccoon, why are you showing that avatar? I hate you so much. Shut up.
That sounds like we should summon the Elector Counts.
I should summon someone. Never mind, we'll keep with Ebedeus can be on rather than my avatar. So, we are starting up a new tabletop RPG series. Still in the same setting. We have some new characters, and we'll start right off. The map before you shows you part of the old world. However, we aren't exploring the entirety of the old world. And with the elven forests so close to home for some of our characters, it seemed only right that I should start with them. For our wood elves. Some weeks ago, a message was sent out. It was sent through the Queen's proxies. A declamation that she has urgently sent out to the Asriel, the Fey folk, or the Wood Elves. The Queen Ariel of the Woodland people sends this message through her proxy. Brothers, sisters, children of the forest. Soon Orion will awake again, and the forest will thrive once more. But it is with a heavy heart that I must inform you all that we are failing in our mission, in our stewardship of these forests. We have lost much. Although our isolationist demeanour has safeguarded much of our knowledge and much of our artifacts, many have been lost. And I must ask any of you who are willing to take up this challenge to scout the human and dwarven lands, to try and claim what was once ours but is now lost to time. Some of these artifacts you will know by name. Others I have asked our noble houses to document what relics they have lost over our long millennia of watch over these precious woods, our home. Some of these artifacts are more memories, more things for us to treasure. Others are powerful relics that we lost in combat long past. I am not sending out large forces, as this would be seen as aggression from the more savage races. So I am only asking for small groups. This is a dangerous mission, and you must be prepared to work with those who would see us as the enemy. The humans, dwarves and halflings may cause you problems. They may tempt you into conflict. You cannot allow this. Use them if you must. Work with them if you can. They will have far more knowledge on where our lost artifacts could be. And this journey may take you many centuries, but do not lose heart, and remember, you may always return home, even if you are unable to find what you are seeking. You will leave, if you're willing to take up this challenge, in 2 weeks' time. You have this time to say goodbye to your families, loved ones, and we will have a celebration. We will have a festival to steer you on your way. This is a time for sadness for some of you as you say goodbye to your families and loved ones. For others, it is a time of excitement. The festival that is held for those of you that chose to go, even though winter is only just leaving, it is something to behold. The forests of Lothlorien light up with lights that seem to be from the forest itself. No mage seems to be casting them. You are left with a spectacular light display, reminding you of what you are protecting. Many groups leave. Yours is not the only one, but through a common interest, through perhaps one of your number being a socialite, you have left together on your long journey. Perhaps not only on the Queen's orders you left, but for personal ones as well. The start of your journey is exciting, wondrous. You are escorted by the Glaive Guard, who escort you out of the borders of the Lothlorien forests, But after a week's travel, all but one leave your side. One remains, telling his companions that it has been some time since anyone has scouted out as far as he's willing to go. He provides you with aid for the next 3 days, but before too long you are left to start your journey. You are given elven rations as you leave, something that you may want to treasure, as soon you will have to eat nothing but human food. You follow the rivers, as it is easier travel, and you've heard rumours of many towns being built along the riverways, and much trade passing through them. For the humans next, and in fact the dwarves. We will start with Magness. Magness, you approached... actually, I'll give it up to you. Do you want to leave where you were born, where you are right now? Would you choose to pay a trader for travel aboard his riverboat, or would you seek employment?
I mean, I reckon I would probably offer my services as payment.
Okay, so you were brought on to the trading boats team. Sorry, the riverboats team, not the trading boats. The riverboats team. Your boat is to be used as a rowboat, funnily enough. The rivers of the Westlands are used for trade. Riverboats go up and down. However, they are only able to go one way, powered by the river. The other takes hard work, sweat and labour. Because you own a rowboat, the merchant trader is willing to pay you for your services. He tells you that you are not the sole muscle for this task, and that he will pay you He will pay you 11 gold coins for 1 month's work. You will be given your food and rations through him, and he will provide you with some hirelings. You can navigate the river and steer your rowboat, and they can do the hard rowing. You may need to do some.
Fair.
For our dwarf, you left your home Karak because you wanted to better your skills in areas that your stone brothers were not as accepting of as yourself. So you set out. Much trade is done with the Hungi, with the humans. Would you have paid for transport to another town, or would you have offered your services? And this is the Black Hand.
So services or making money?
Well, pay for transport, or be paid to work on a human boat.
Paid to work. I want some cash.
Okay. So you see the trading vessel come close to the dwarven Karaks. They're not allowed in, as riverboats are difficult to go up mountains. But there is a dwarven trading outpost at the bottom of the mountain, and you've made your way down there, where you see an enterprising trader. You ask him if he is looking for a skilled dwarven smith, and he looks ecstatic at having you offer your services. He tells you that for 3 weeks he will need your services, and for those 3 weeks he is willing to pay you 14 gold coins. Magness, it is at this point that you notice that one of your oar arms, so with a rowing boat there is a thing called an oar arm. It is a small metal device that sits in the wooden frame of the boat that allows it to pivot, and this is where you sit your oars. One of the hirelings stupidly, whilst trying to row too hard, hit a rock and bent the oar arm. It now rattles something horribly.
You bloody idiot. Do you realize how that's gonna cost to repair?
As you say this, the merchant comes down and... No. It will not be a problem, Magness. I have acquired for us a dwarven smith. He looks very proud of himself. This man is huge. He has a treble chin that you've noticed, Magness, over the last week. Whenever he sees a deal, whenever a good deal is in the air, he gets 2 rings of sweat build in the folds of his chin. He has very short, almost balding head, a very long, elegant moustache which is waxed and twisted at both ends. But he has a shaved chin and the rest of his face. Blackhand, your first job will be to work with Magness and repair his rowboat.
Out of character, I have a feeling like I knew this trader in a past life, but I can't quite place him.
Maybe.
Surely it's not the same trader.
No, it's not.
I feel like I'm missing something out of character.
Yeah.
My
And
traders
I-
are all fat
yeah.
and all talk the
And
same.
I did find the stats for the robot actually.
Yeah, I have seen them. So I know. I just didn't do you a rowboat because you can't keep much in it.
Yeah.
2 of the party have been met. Casper, I believe you're a human.
Yep.
So, on your time at your birthplace, before you left for your adventure, again, much like the others, it is far easier and safer to use the rivers for travelling long distances. And you would have had the option. Would you have worked for the smith or for the trader, or would you have paid for transport?
I probably would have tried to get a job, so yeah.
Okay,
I'd work for him.
so we will say you've been with the boat a little bit longer. We'll say you've been with the trader for around 6 weeks, and for those 6 weeks, as a scholar and a scribe, he is willing to pay you 13 gold coins. However, he does inform you that if you are unable to provide him with useful knowledge, you may need to provide him with some useful labour instead.
Of course.
So you have heard the arguments and the beratings of Magness to the serfs, the hirelings, the peasants, who the noble has taken on to do the heavy lifting. You've spent around 2 weeks with Magness, and then you'll spend a week with Blackhand as you travel up river. Magness, the going is slow. The hirelings are so weak and pathetic, it is almost painful. But you are making slow progress. The rivers have begun to swell as winter has released its icy grip, and the waters upon the mountains begin to melt. Heavy rain has also caused an issue. The rivers are almost overflowing, and the trader has placed the goods high on the ship. almost too much trade has been placed aboard the riverboat that you are currently pulling upstream. There are a few beasts of burden as well, which help pull the boat upriver, but they cannot pull it in every area. These riverways have not been fully worked to allow for canal transport.
Okay, so just a question. We're in Wise Land, and we're going which direction exactly? North, I assume, right?
Yes. You are
To
in the
the-
Wizarlands, and you
Okay.
are currently actually at the... It's annoying that it's gone bloody... In fact, I'll draw a thing around it, and someone else can say the name, because my dyslexic brain will only get it wrong. Let's go with... yeah, we'll go for it.
Where? Oh,
Wusterberg?
Wusterburg.
Worcesterburg, that will do. So you are heading to Worcesterburg. However,
I am long way away from home.
Yeah, so am I.
unfortunately, the rivers have swollen, and the bridges here are oh so low. You come to a point where you have to beach your rowboat and anchor up the riverboat, as the cargo will not go under the bridge. The boat itself will, but the cargo must be removed. The merchant noble is very put out by this. He's very, very upset, and you notice that when he gets upset, he shakes his head a lot, and he constantly grumbles, and this causes his treble chin to jiggle oh so amusingly. But you watch as the hirelings begin to unload the cargo into your rowboat, and then row it to shore. This takes some time. It takes a lot of time. You spend half a day unloading the cargo, securing it and preparing it to move around the bridge, when the mercenaries set off the alarm. All the mercenaries aboard the boat quickly jump onto your rowboat, or some of them who are wearing light armour or no armour wade into the water to get across to begin protecting the people and goods on the other side. The merchant noble shouts at his hired mercenaries that they should be worth every penny, and you see them disappear onto a ridge as you begin to hear the cries and shouts of people engaging in battle. To our elves, you have travelled for some time in the rain. It has not been entirely pleasant, and the human lands are cultivated. No longer do you see the vast forests. Managed, but wild still. Now there are far more open plains and farms, and the sense of industrialisation for farming and such. But then you hear the sounds in the distance. Can the two elves who are here please roll me perception? That is a basic skill on your skill list. You may have a +10 for your elven hearing.
Let's do this. Nope. You know what? I have fortune. I'm going to fortune this.
Okay.
There is something
Let
wrong
me
with the
have a
target
look.
number.
Yep, no, I will just...
Oh, you added plus. You said +10. You only need to put in 10, not +10. You have to put the minus, but never the plus, because it breaks the formula then.
I hear something faintly in the distance, but I'm not so sure.
You hear the faint sounds of what could be battle. You're not entirely sure, but you cautiously duck down. You know, you take a little bit more time to get your bearings. When you would definitely hear the cry of someone shrieking in pain. You may both make me another perception test, this time with a +30. Because someone shrieking in pain is quite loud.
Come on, you can pass. Oh yeah, baby.
You both very quickly lock on to where the second noise came from. The scream almost echoes, yet that direction. That was definitely a human. That was not an elf. You hear other cries now. And a language, or you would hate anyone to call it a language. It's guttural and harsh. It's the noises of goblins, and it puts a knot in your stomachs. You are close by. You may not have realised how close you were as you were moving through the forests rather than on the main roads.
Well, Olivia?
Well, it seems like mayflies, but we should probably see if we can help out. At least.
Yes. Well, at least we can probably find some useful items. If they're all dead by the time we reach there, so... Let's move carefully, but let's go.
Yep.
As you move closer to the battlefield, you can begin to get an idea of what is out there. Can I get all elves to place their tokens in the green square? And can I get all non-elves to place theirs in the red square? Some time has passed, and you hear the sounds
that
of...
is the wrong token.
You hear the sounds of battle, the sounds of screaming. For the humans and the dwarf, you hear the sounds of mercenaries who you've spoken to. You've handed out food to them, crying out in pain. Others shouting out names. Before one of the mercenaries turns round. "We can't hold them! Fall back! Abandon the cargo! We cannot stay here!" Can you all click on your tokens and roll initiative?
Good question. How do I add my token again?
Your token is already added. Just put your drag your name onto the map.
Okay.
And then make sure you click on your tokens and then go onto your character sheet, and initiative is in your main.
Oh no, free! You get 16 fucking elves.
I'm at agility and ballistic skill base.
Yeah, your main profile all the way down to where combat is.
I got one. Well, it's a good start.
I'm fucking slow.
Don't worry. If that continues, just change the dice color. It works. I swear. Well, sometimes.
I mean, I only got one dice in initiative.
Everyone only has one, I think. 1d10
Yeah,
plus
one.
your agility bonus. It's just some people have better agility bonuses. Do I need you? I don't need you. I don't need you. I need you. I need you. I believe I need you. Okay. So, the character... Oh, don't double up character sheets. That'd be really bad. Right. I have all the character sheets out, because I didn't before. So, as our two groups hear the sounds of worried fighters, the sounds of a retreat imminent. Let's see who goes first. Oh, it's the elves. Oh, it's bloody both of you. You bastards. Okay.
What can we
It's
say?
elves. Have you really expected anything else?
We're good at our jobs. I do have to ask, already.
Sorry, what was that?
Are the goblins unaware of us?
The goblins are unaware of the elves,
Okay.
but they are
get a
aware
bonus
of
to that?
they are aware of the humans.
Gotcha. Do we get a bonus for them being unaware?
If you are making an attack roll, yes, you'll get a bonus. If you are
Okay.
planning on moving, then you will have to.
I'm attacking.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna aim and fire at the goblin. Let me see. This one, because I want them to start feeling panic. So smack that in the middle. What is the aim? Is +10, and what is the bonus for?
No bonus
them
for
being
range.
unaware?
No bonus for range.
No.
You take a -10 because they're small, I believe.
Okay, and any bonuses for them being unaware?
Because they are unaware, I believe you get a +20.
Okay, so it's a net plus of 20. And
Fuck
that's
me. Is that
right in the head.
That's a headshot.
okay? So
Headshot.
to explain things, because me and Albie had a little question about this before. With the attack rolls, you are doing your roll, and with the with the target number and the attack roll, you swap them round. So if you're wondering how in the hell is that a head hit, it's not 51, it's a 15.
Oh,
And the 15 counts as a headshot. So the sheets are coded like
Wait,
that.
15 is a headshot on fantasy?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is
If you
one.
click on armor, you can see
I guess it's different values than Dark Heresy.
it is.
Never actually noticed that.
So also, you cannot dodge ranged attacks. Any ranged attack automatically hits. There is no.
Unless you have a shield, I think, because with
Then you get a
with the shield
-20.
you can block.
No, you only get a -20 to a
Ah.
ballistic skill test. So,
So you cannot actually defend.
yep. So,
It's kind of rough.
can you roll me?
Oh, fuck.
Okay, can I roll that?
Okay, so let's explain Ulrich's Fury. Ulrich's Fury, when you roll a natural 10 on your damage dice, you get to make another attack. This is not 2 attacks, this is 1 attack with double the power, or triple the power, because as long as you roll a 10,
Or quadruple.
it will keep going. The way we do it in this is you do a flat skill check, so either weapon skill
I thought
or
it was
ballistic
with the
skill.
same modifiers.
I homebrewed
No.
that out
Okay.
because it gives you too much of an advantage, and if you can do it, the enemy can do it. So it makes Ulrich's a little less often to proc.
That would not have been because my target would be.
I
I
think,
believe.
your
I
target
guess
would be
Oryx
lower.
is bugged for
sorry.
this sheet.
My target is 67. So
You do need to put in
that
your
would be
target,
yes.
but that's fine. So when you click on Ulrich, it will ask you for your target, for the number that you're rolling. You just put in your weapon skill or ballistic skill, whichever one you were using at the time. However, Ulrich may not have aided you with any extra oomph, probably because he knew you don't need any more, you greedy bitch. You
Plus, it's an elf. Ulrich doesn't really particularly feel for elves.
you
It's
fire
very-
this
very-
arrow,
It's fine.
and it flies through the air. There is a whistling sound which brings a bit of joy into your heart as you see the arrow strike the goblin in the ear, going straight through his skull out the other side, just wiggling in the wind. as he slumps to the floor and dies. One goblin down. Do the goblins notice the other goblin dying? They do not. Okay, fair enough. So, for our next elf. Hang on. Livia?
Livia. Yeah.
It's your turn. You are up.
Is there anything like improvised ranged weaponry, like stones?
There isn't.
Damn.
Is it for your spell?
No. I can't cast magic, so I'm pretty much stuck with melee weapons for now.
Okay, then you can either rush unaware of.
So you can spend a half action to move. I will say that everyone's got their weapons out. So you'd already have your weapons drawn. You can do a half move or a full move. It's entirely up to you.
Well, a full move is twice my half move.
Yeah.
That would get me there.
You can also, for anyone who hasn't used Roll20 in a while, you can click on your token and press spacebar, and I believe it measures out for you. And if you right click, you'll put it down. Is that right?
It's no longer spacebar. You click your character.
You drag your character holding right, I think?
Placing ruler waypoint.
No, come down. Let me explain one at a time. If you click your character and you drag to where you want to go, and you click with the right button, you get a ruler of how far you're going. So you can set up waypoints. So for instance, if I wanted to move here, then here, then here, then all the way back, I click for each time I move, and as you guys can probably see, my character will jump for the spots. And
thing is, you will not see the animation. We will, but you won't.
Exactly. But that's a handy way for you to, well, move, check where you can go.
So you move up and ready your weapons.
Yep.
For Magness,
for whatever reason, it did not auto-calculate my movement rates.
Have you added it in your...
It's in my main
secondary
profile.
is it in the right
movement
place?
is in your secondary profile.
Oh, I did not put move in secondary profile. I'm sorry. That's my fault. Full move was twice the agility bonus, right?
If you put on your second, or because I think
Yeah, because you've got full
under
movement.
Under combat, you can add the amount of wounds you currently have, the amount of potion you currently have, and then it will automatically calculate the move, the charge, the run, and the leap.
So that's agility bonus, right?
No, it's your movement, which is 4.
No.
Unless you've got fleet-footed
it's a
or you're an
human
elf.
thing. Okay. Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah,
Okay.
no agility bonus in this.
Actually, I'm gonna do a run. To here. With
Okay,
my long knife.
this is the bank. I will draw it for you, or the ridge. So you've actually just ran up the ridge. Because the brown.
I'm trying to essentially get into the fight.
Yeah, if you want to get into the fight, you need to follow this path here. You need to go along the brown and onto the green. This grey, this area here, that's the
so
ridge.
I would have
so
to
that's
go
2.
this way.
Yeah, you'd have to go round this tree here.
Okay, then let me recalculate.
Yeah, because that's essentially the crossbowmen here are above the cargo and the riverboat. They're on a higher up ledge.
Okay, can I stand here or should I get it
Yeah,
back?
no, that's
Because
fine.
okay.
Another new rule that I'm adding in. Oh, we lost someone. Oh no, they're back. You are allowed to occupy the same square. You can have one square out of your 4 in someone else's. So exactly how Magness is now with the labourer, one of their squares connects. That's fine with allies and friendlies. Doesn't work on enemies.
Alright, lads, let's show this green filth what we're made of.
The crossbowman. I tell you what, you have just charged up here and given a little speech. He is going to he's going to hold his position, because 2 of them have fallen along with 2 dogs, and they're quite worried. So,
Okay, we need some combat music in here.
good point. Thank you for reminding me, Jazina. We're still on travelling. I completely forgot. So yes, the crossbowman, hearing that reinforcements are coming behind him, he is going to take a shot with his crossbow at the filthy goblin with should he shoot with the one with the bow? No, let's go for one with a weapon. They're probably more dangerous. So he gets a +10 for aiming. Nuffle is not with him. He misses. Casper, you are up.
Right. So I'm in the same boat as you at the moment. I can't really cast spells, so I want to run. How did you do that movement thing?
When you're dragging your token, click right mouse button. And for every right click, you add a waypoint, essentially.
Right. Oh. Around 12. There. I don't think I got it.
You need to
Sorry.
have the pointer
Right.
clicked on, because otherwise you'll just keep measuring out
No,
lines.
you don't need the ruler. You don't need to be in a ruler
No,
mode, because in
pointer.
that you can select your token.
Pointer or
Right.
clicker. And then
I don't see any things come up for it though.
So go. No, you won't see any things come up. You'll just go to where the ruler is, click on the thing, and then click on it. So you're moving it. So pick it up off the map, and then right click.
Right.
Now other
I
button,
see.
because you pinged it.
Nope. No, I'm kind of flying around the map at the moment. 1 second. Just scrolling. That go?
Yeah, that moved him.
Sweet. So that's full movement charge, or not charge, run.
Full run, excellent. So when you run, you get a -20 to being shot, but you get a +20 to being hit in combat. So if someone swings their weapon into you, you're more likely to get hit, but you're less likely to get shot at. The other crossbowman, who hears more people are coming to help, so he's going to be brave. They were paid good money. Why shouldn't they be brave every now and then? He hits the goblin in the right leg. Well, goblins can do nothing. 10 damage. 10 damage done to a gobbo who has a goblin with hand weapon. Do you have any armor, gobbo? Oh, you do. On your chest. So, what's your toughness bonus? And your health? Okay. The goblin is pretty fucked. The arrow struck him straight in his kneecap, and he is currently not happy. He shakes his little fist at the humans. Goblin at the back. Sure, why not? He's going to shoot at the human. No, he's not. He's going to hold his action, or hold his turn rather. The gobbo at the front is going to charge the human because he just got shot and he wants to let it out. That was 6 or that was 8. Oh bollocks! I just deleted his sheet. Come back here, goblin with hand weapon. Yes, he's going to charge. So when you charge, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, you get a plus 10? Or is it a plus 20?
Let me check.
I'm going to give him a plus 10 for now. It's only a gobbo.
It is a plus 10.
Excellent. He misses. Anyway. Stupid little goblin. The other one is going to hold his turn. He is actually... He needs to... I do need his sheet. Bollocks. He does a command check. He fails. The elves, I would definitely hear this. Oh, actually, no, you're all about the same distance. You hear a shriek little voice shouting some nonsense across the battlefield. Even you see some of the other goblins like look round like, the fuck? But no one really does anything. The last fighter still up. He takes his club and he... Oh, hang on. That should have been a hit. Because that was... I forgot to aim with him. So he gets a plus 10 for aiming. So that is a hit. The goblin with the hand weapon, come here. You have a parry. Yeah. And he fails almost critically. He almost lost his weapon. And with 7 damage done to the... so a 37 was a hit. Turn it round. 73. That's one of the legs. You just see this... yeah, Magness and a few of the others. You see this goblin strike out at this human with an arrow stuck in its knee. As the human just swipes out at the leg, and you just see this tiny little green leg go flying off into the distance. And a shriek from a goblin. The other goblins didn't like that. He charges. How many other goblins are... Okay, right. So we've got 1, 2... Are there any... Okay, so we'll just do those 2 in one. So, 2 goblin attacks with plus 10. And one of the little buggers hits. Footpad, quickly. Try and parry. You don't have... Well, he fails. So, what does the gobbo do? Bet he gets Righteous Fury. Oh, fuck me, nearly. 12 damage to the right arm. These guys' armor is 1. So he takes...
That sounds like ouch.
He's alright. He's alright. He's taken, actually... What you're... Ooh, okay, no, he's classed as heavily wounded. Really? It's a fucking goblin. Fine. The goblin slices and stabs into his leg as he charges in. And we are on to our dwarf. Black Hand. What do you do?
Since I only got melee, I would like to go into melee range. But
Okay.
correct me if I'm wrong, I'm way too far from any goblin.
Yes, and this is a ledge, so you can't run along here. So you'd have to go around the tree and in.
So
Ah, thank you.
I can run for 9. Where
No,
would that-
you should run more than 9. What's your movement? It should be 4.
3.
3?
I got movement 3. According
Yeah.
to the ship.
That means you move free and you run
What? Hang
9?
on. Why are you
Yes.
3? Dwarves should have a base movement of 4, I believe. It's only... Hang on, no. Am I wrong? Actually, I might be wrong, because it's halflings get...
The character says 3, so I don't.
Yeah, no, sorry, I'm wrong. I'm wrong there. You do have a movement of 3. Apologies.
Ouch.
Yeah. I'm planning to go sniper, so for now it's painful. So where would that get me?
Get you around here. Always measure from the front of your tokens, whichever square is close in the direction that you're moving, essentially.
I will run to.
Sure, just by the tree.
Run, and park.
That's perfectly fine. To the gobbos with the bows. How many do I have? I have 3 left. Let's have a look. So I am going to need some ranges. So, why didn't I put you all at the same range? I should have put them in a straight line. This would be much easier. Well, they're all about 20, I think. Oh, he's a little bit less. Goblin bow. Don't imagine the range is amazing. 16. You fucking stupid bastard. Okay, so I'm going to have 2 at the archer. Yeah, at short range. Oh, well, at normal range. And then 1 at the... Oh no, he's in combat. Bollocks, 1 at just long range. That's never going to hit. Right, so 2 with plus 10s. What happened there? Why did that roll... Why is the target 10? Wait a minute. Do these not have ballistic... Oh, you dumb motherfucker, this. Why did you not... Right, so they have a ballistic skill of 30. Right. So they both miss, anyway. Doesn't matter. All goblins are the same, but I've got sheets for each one, and I forgot to write down there. Right, so they all miss, and the other one is going to fire at the soldier, which I said was at long range. So that's a minus 20. Oh no, sorry, it's at the archer, which is, so minus 20, minus 10 overall. What? What? You have ballistic skill now. So that should have been 24. I don't know why it's not accepting the new... Let me try this again. Just a plain attack.
Try closing it and opening the sheet
There
again.
we go. So, unfortunately, he hits, but it was a test one to see if the sheet was working. So, all the goblins missed. Fucking hell. Right, okay. 1, 2, 3. Goblins are all done. So, at the start of the round again, so you fired 1 shot. They've all done that. Does the big boss notice? No, he doesn't. Elves. You are still unaware. The goblins don't know you're there.
Ooh. I'm gonna go for the archer. That is the furthest one.
Sure. The archer closest to you now is hidden behind trees, but the other two you can see, and they are in the open.
And I have rapid reload, so it's a
Free
free
action.
action for me to reload. So I'm gonna have aim. Plus 20 overall because his size is a -10, plus my aim is +10, and unaware. So left arm.
Roll your damage, please. So 11 to the left arm. I believe... Is that armor just for the chest, or is it the arms as well? Leather jerkin.
It is armor piercing, so -1.
Oh
to
yes, so it
armor.
wouldn't matter. So it wouldn't matter anyway. Sure, not a problem. So they get no armor. They have 3 toughness. God damn it, Jim.
Did he kill it?
As you fire your
killed him
arrow
now,
off,
didn't I?
it flies straight and true. It dips ever so slightly and strikes him in the thigh. But you just see his leg collapse underneath, and he starts twitching and spasming him. Can't even say that word now. He dies.
Doing the thing.
He does the twitchy thing. He's dead. Very much so.
Jerks around.
Really just going to
The shock. Lavia.
Oh, yes. I will. Take a run action.
Sure.
To there.
That's perfectly fine. So, Magness, you're up.
This is highly upsetting. And I can't stand here either. I suppose I will just run not my full run distance?
Sure. You won't be able to go through the bush there unless you want to do an agility test. Where the dead man is, he's fallen onto a bush as he was shot in the face.
Is here fine?
That's perfectly fine.
Okay, then that's my turn, and I'll be right back.
Righto. So the crossbowmen start reloading. Yeah. Casper, you're up.
Okay. I think I just gotta run with him again.
Sure.
Oh. Click. There. So that's my full action. I can't do anything else.
I tell you what, because you're in a lot of trees there. I'll move you back to there, so you've got 2 of them in. I'll allow that. But yeah, you're a little bit too far over into the trees there.
Oh, sorry.
That's quite alright. It's a fuzzy map, and I didn't exactly explain where's off bounds. So, crossbowman reload. The other crossbowman. So they, where are their sheet? There it is. They do have perception. Excellent. Holy fuck, he succeeded! Well, I put doubles there because it was so low, but... So, I believe it's the right one, yes. So this goblin here has noticed that there are elves. He's not happy about this. This is not good. He needs to... Hang on, how many goblins are there? 1, 2... Hang on, there's 4, 5, 6, 7. No, they outmatch. They outnumber. So... He is going to fire... what is a goblin's crossbow range? It's the same as a normal crossbow. Okay. He's going to... Oh, that's why I put the goblin... The archers on the sheet. Fucking idiot. Right, he fires at the human archer. Yeah, because that was 26. And he hits him in the right arm. He cannot dodge because you're not allowed. Ooh, Ulrich's Fury. Huh. So I click on the Ulrich's button underneath your weapons list, and I put in authority. Oh, fucking hell, that was close.
Oh.
That was close. So he does 14 damage to the right arm of this mercenary. The mercenary's arm hangs at an odd angle. You see this bolt strike him in the arm. He cries out in pain and his arm just falls limp. He's unable to use his crossbow.
Oh, shit.
He has in the right arm, so he does have 1 armor. That's not really going to save you, is it? So -5, so he takes 9 damage. He is in critical... he's in heavily wounded. Hang on, that's not right. Why does he take... He should take... Yeah, no, that's right. Because he's got 5 soak on his arms, so he'd take 9 damage. That didn't go in. Yes, and his arm hangs limp. Also, the armour on his arm is actually broken. Joy. Damn it, there's not a symbol for... Yeah, let's give him the skull. He's fucked, he's going to die. Right. So, the other goblin who is fighting the human. Yeah. Quickly, hand weapon. He now gets a +10 because they are ganging up. And with his half aim, he gets a +20. And he jumps up and strikes at the mercenary's head. Does he bring his shield up? He doesn't have a shield. Hang on. No, he's a footpad. He doesn't have a shield. He quickly raises his sword and parries the blow away.
Oh, wow.
That could have been... Strikes to the head are quite dangerous, especially for NPCs. The other goblin, seeing his friend and his friend pointing out that there are more coming, he's going to take a shot at the same person. Oh, fucking hell. But he misses. The archer has another turn to live. The goblin boss, well, he's seen what's going on. And he is... he's going for it. You just see this small green creature charging forwards, swinging his blades manically. Did I move him right? Yeah, no, that's right. Move 12. The footpad gets his attack to club a goblin. And he strikes at the head. The goblin that jumped up at him, he's like, fuck you, you little shit. I'm going to teach you. And does the goblin... Where are you? Does the goblin manage to parry his blow? He does not. As the footpad, you just hear this satisfying... Oh, shit, sorry, not attack. Oh, maybe... No, not really a satisfying crunch. It is a donk. It's just a donk. Ah, I was expecting better. Right, it's the two with hand weapons, so... one of them hits and one of them misses. The footpad has just had his turn, so he gets his reaction back. So that's also for our new players. You will get your reactions back every time your turn happens. So once your turn has passed, you regain your reaction.
Okay.
Oh my days. So the poor little footpad gets struck in the body. And Ulrich seems to be pleased. Is it a 25? Yes, there's... But Ulrich doesn't aid him anymore. So, Mr. Footpad, let's see if you can survive this. So, on the armor tab, you have 4 soak. So, you take 9 damage as well. Marvellous. Have you taken any yet? Oh, brilliant. So, you watch as you get closer to the battlefield, you brave humans and the elf. The snivelling one at the back doesn't see this as well. The goblin strikes after a fairly impressive, yet unimpressive, because they're goblins, set of strikes and parries. Unfortunately, the footpad just can't parry the next blow and takes a dagger, a shitty sword straight to the chest. You see his legs give out as he slumps to the floor. The goblins begin cheering happily.
Shit.
And there goes your last frontline NPC fighter. Black Hand, you are up.
Yes. If I run, can I take a defensive action?
No, running is full action.
So,
You can only take a defensive action once you are in combat, or if you are at the front line waiting for combat to come to you.
and who is the person with the
That would be Magness, I believe.
feathers on the head?
Magness.
That's me.
Magnus. And Magnus isn't a frontline combatant.
Depends how you define frontline combatant.
Yes. I mean, can I pick up a weapon somewhere? A ranged weapon?
There are no ranged weapons that you can... Like, none of the archers have been killed. Ooh.
You could ask this guy as well.
Yeah. If you move up, you essentially... If you move up, which I believe would be a half move... we'll call it a half
full
move.
move. Oh.
Yeah, if you move up behind the archer, and ask him for his weapon, he will hand it over. So on your next turn, you will have a crossbow that you can fire.
All right, let's do that. And let's how sturdy looking? How sturdy does Magnus look? Does he look like he can take a punch, or
No, I mean, he's fairly well built. Like, he's not ripped or anything, but he looks like someone who works physically. and has for the most of his life.
You've seen him rowing the boat from time to time, and he does seem like an athletic person. You imagine that being an oarsman would be quite hard work.
I mean, 31 strength is
Yeah.
not significant, but it's there.
How much toughness?
Bit lacking in that department.
They are only goblins. They have a 25% chance to hit you, but 35 if they aim. If.
Yeah, but apparently when
I
they
will
hit
ask.
you, though.
Yeah,
will
Knuckle
ask.
is with him.
I will ask the archer for his bow. If I see it's useless, here I need to stand.
Move up. Well, here you go. I'll come to there. No,
All
move,
right.
move there. So you're next to each other, essentially on the diagonal. And what would you say to him?
Right. Your arm seems wounded, comrade. Give me your crossbow. I can take a couple shots and punish those filthy greenskins.
Sure, take it. It's half loaded. He hands over the crossbow with his next turn. You'll need to do a half action to load it, and then you can fire. You would not be able to aim, as he was halfway in between loading when his arm got damaged. If you want to add in a standard crossbow, which is in the rule book, to your equipment sheet.
What's the encumberment, or do I need to look at it for speed of battle?
Yeah, just put in the mains on the profile. Don't worry about the weight for the minute.
All right. So half action move, half action talking.
Oh, actually, we'll say half action move, half action reload, because he was halfway through. And on his turn, he's just not going to get a turn, because he spent his turn giving you the crossbow and handing off the arrows.
All right.
So yeah, on your next turn, you can fire.
Cocked. So I got a cocked crossbow.
Yeah. He'd got the string back and locked. He just hadn't put the arrow in yet. So you, sir, are dead. Let's remove you. But you two are still very much up. Now, you're definitely blocked by the tree. You could, but there's another dude. Goblins are snivelling, cowardly little bastards, to be honest with you. So, one shot is going at Magness, and one shot is going at the elf crossing the bridge. We'll go with Magness first. And actually, the goblins can't aim, because they have to reload. So, one at Magness. Magness, did you move up or did you run up? I can't remember.
I ran up. Because I wouldn't have the movement otherwise, so I ran.
So he misses. And I believe Lavia also ran. So
Yes, I did.
Oh, sorry, they should actually have a slightly better hit. So it still missed, but he had a slightly higher chance to hit. And against Lavia, he also misses. An arrow goes flying off nowhere near you as you as you look at some snivelling green wretch trying to pretend to use a bow. You know how a bow should be used.
Can we even call it a bow?
It is a bow. You might see like your children making things far better than that, but yeah, it sells.
Oh no,
the same.
that's not piece of a child of 3 seasons.
I wanted to say that's a piece of rebar, but it's not a piece of rebar. I don't know why my brain went there.
Jim, you're up.
Well then, I'm going to another arrow.
You can shoot
Thank
that
you.
one. Yeah, you can shoot him. Essentially, the main part of the bush hides the other goblin, but round the edges is very sparse. So you would be able to get an arrow
Okay.
through there.
Actually, can I see one of these?
Yes, you can see the that one there.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit that one with a crossbow, actually.
Sure.
So it's half aim, so plus 10, minus 10, so it's flat down because they're aware of me.
Yep.
That's to the body.
Would you like to roll damage? So his armor is gotten rid of. So he takes 9 damage. 9 damage as you fire off this arrow at this poor little gobbo who's trying to reload. He turns and looks at this noise as the arrow just flies straight down and into his chest. You see him slump to the floor as he dies. For fuck's sake.
Hey, I'm an archer, it's what I do.
Oh, goblins don't have that much health. But he would have survived if he had that 1 armor.
Yep.
So can I hop over that bit of railing there of the bridge?
Yes, I'm not going to... Oh, you can go over that. I won't make that terrain. So like the end nubbings, you don't need to worry about.
Okay. In that case, I would like to move to here
Sure.
and see if I can pick up that goblin's bow. With visible disgust.
Sure, I'll call it, because you've got 5 movement as an elf, I'll call it, in quotations, a half move with a pickup. And you will have a bow on your next turn. The bow functions as a paw bow in your hands. So on the weapons craftsmanship, you write paw. It's a short bow. It has damage of 3 and range of 16 to 34. So on your next turn, you'll be able to load it and then fire an arrow. Magness, you're up.
Right. Finally, I can do stuff. This one here with the shield.
Yes.
I wish to charge him with my knife.
Let me see, because he's not actually square with you, so I'll say you won't go through the area of influence for that goblin there. Right. So,
Which one?
the one on the corner. There's 2 goblins.
But he's got an X on him.
Oh, has he? Oh, sorry. I thought that was.
I kinda assumed he was dead.
I apologise. I didn't. I'm zoomed so far out. I didn't realise that. Yeah.
Because,
Okay.
like, if he's alive, then I wouldn't charge this one. I would
Yeah.
try to clear those first.
No. By all means, that was my mistake. That one is dead. The other one's alive. You get a plus 20 to strike at him because he ran to you. Well, he ran there.
20. I still get minus 10 because he's small, right?
Oh, do you know what? I've completely forgot about that for everyone else's attacks. So, yeah, don't worry about that. Has anyone else been adding on that minus 10 for size?
I have.
I'm gonna fortune that.
Sure. I think you may have been the only one, Henry. Although you were making attacks every time. But I've completely forgot about it. So, don't worry for now.
Nah, the little bugger gets to live.
For one more turn, at least. Right, Crossbowmen. This one has reloaded. He can take a shot without an aim. Yes, because I believe it's a full turn to reload a crossbow. Yes, I believe that's right. So he's firing at the goblin. And to be honest, Henry, I completely forgot to add all the -10s onto all my NPCs. So now I feel a bit bad about that you were remembering. So yeah, don't worry about it next time.
Don't worry about it. Go.
Casper, you are up. You can move through friendly units.
Okay.
And there is one goblin still here.
There's a goblin there. Can I stand on this guy?
Yeah.
He's dead?
Yeah. Once multiple corpses gather up on each other, I'll start putting negatives to certain things, but for one corpse, yeah, you can stand there.
Okay.
I think both of the melee goblins are still alive.
No, one of them's got a cross on him.
Yes, that's for the one below him.
Oh! Oh, right, okay. No, sorry, Jazina, there is another one. There is another one there. It's just he stood on his dead comrade. That's why it looks like there's an X there. I'll move him. No, we won't retcon it, because, like I said, you wouldn't have been in the area of... You just didn't see him. He was jump, you know...
Yeah, I was wondering why that X was below the goblin.
I thought it was wounded or something.
Oh well, things happened.
It's fine, I mean, they're small.
Exactly, they're small
They're
and
easy
adorable.
to overlook.
Goblins are most certainly.
Damn it. The map keeps moving every time I try to move my character.
Where do you want to go? So, there.
Whoops. Is it there?
No, you're where my... Yeah, there you go. If you have a weapon, you could charge. I believe your charge is 8. So you could charge one.
Oh,
or
yeah.
Move
I
around.
charge. Yeah, I've charged it. I could charge... Yeah, I'll charge these ones.
I would recommend you charge straight and just into one of them.
Okay. So... That work?
Yeah, brilliant. So go onto your attack button and you add a 10 because you've charged, and then just confirm it.
Okay, so weapons. Modifier 10?
Yes, just add a 10 in there.
Hey, a hit.
And you strike him. He is going to try and parry. Oh, and he does. As your is it a quarterstaff? As you swing in with your quarterstaff, he just raises his club up, and it bounces off.
Oh shit.
The other crossbowman hands off the crossbow and some ammo. This crossbowman is dead. This goblin is dead. This goblin, now he fired last turn, so he has to spend the full turn reloading, so he can't do anything. The big boss, who's fighting Magness. Well, he's only given you one at the moment. One arrow, but well, actually, no, he would have given you the quiver. So put down 5.
All right,
So,
thank you.
yes, plus 10. Magness, you are struck by the goblin big boss.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna try and parry.
Sure.
No, I do not parry.
Do you want to use a fortune point?
No, no.
Okay. Hope Nuffle doesn't favour. Just a 7. Just a 7. To the leg.
To the leg.
Yes,
You have armor?
No.
not on the legs.
I have toughness. Okay, so I take 5 wounds. That's suboptimal.
So the two goblins over here. Well, the big boss is in combat. They would probably want to save the big boss. So this one's going to come down. He's going to move into combat with Magness.
Ah, fuck.
The other one's going to stay in combat with our human with the pokey stick. Not goblin archers. Hand weapons. So, the one against Magness first. There is no aim with this. God damn it! So, you cannot parry. To the right leg. Another 7.
Oh my god.
Oh no. No. So, the other goblin, he is going to aim with his attack. And oh my god, he hits.
So how do I parry?
There's a parry button right next to the damage button on your weapon sheet. So you just need to click that.
No modifier?
No modifier, no.
Yes!
As the goblin's crude blade comes in, you just whoosh, swing your quarterstaff up, and it tings it away. Our dwarf is next.
I'm thinking.
I can tell you now, the only one that you can shoot at that isn't in combat is this one down here. Everyone else, you'll take a -20 for shooting into combat.
Okay. My +5 for fighting against greenskin, is that only
Yes.
for
No, goblins. No, also with ranged.
Also with ranged, okay.
Shouldn't we be able to hit this one also? The one I'm pinging?
Oh, sorry, yes. Sorry, I didn't even see him. Yeah, you can also shoot at him if you choose to. They are both within your short range.
I will shoot.
Sorry, normal range.
I will shoot this one.
Sure.
So I need to
Go
roll
to your weapons.
attack.
Yeah, go to your weapons. Go onto your ballistic weapon and click attack.
Modifier of 5 because my talent.
Yep.
And I hit him.
That should have actually been another 10 because you would have aimed as well. So it doesn't really matter because you hit him in the leg. Please
Yeah.
roll me damage.
And damage.
With an Ulrich's Fury. Even better. So roll down to the bottom of your weapon screen. You'll see a button that
Yes,
says Ulrich's.
flat.
Just put in your ballistic skill.
Alright.
Who did we
Did we lose someone?
lose? Let me. Oh, we lost Jazina.
Alright. I do 20 damage.
No, roll your. Hang on. Fury. Oh, it rolled damage already. Okay. Yeah, so you do 20 damage. Is it?
Do I
just-
see?
Yeah,
Do I see a nice goblin head popping?
Unfortunately, you don't. As you let loose your arrow, you see it collide into the goblin's hips. He was at the side looking at the elf, looking at the noise from behind the bush, as his hips just collapse in, and he is thrown to the ground in a heap.
Ugh.
Another goblin falls to the filthy dwarves.
Hello?
Hello, welcome back.
Hello.
Stabilize! Stabilize!
So, many goblins have fallen. Many goblins. How many do we have left? 2, 4, 5. Okay, this is now the time when they start to panic. Goblin Archer. It will be the Goblin Crossbowman because I'm an idiot and didn't put the... He fails! He panics! He runs! God damn it, why didn't I listen to my own advice and do the clicky thing? There we go. Jim, it's your turn.
What can I see yet?
You can...
Bill.
I think... you can't
this
see
one?
him. He's in combat. He's in combat. And he's in combat. So there'd be minus 20s to all of the shots.
Yep.
And if you miss on a 1... So there wouldn't be a degree. So it'd be like if it's by 1, 2, 3, 5 miss, then it hits the person in combat.
Yep. And I most certainly do not want to kill that human because that human is pretty much dead.
Yeah, he's not looking good.
Yeah, so...
His right leg has just been getting hacked up. Oh, but no, both right... Sorry, arm and leg.
Let me just check something.
Get your wood leg.
Wait, which human are we talking about?
You.
When did I get in the norm?
Oh no, sorry,
the
you
last
were
one.
both hit. What, both hits to the right leg for you? Yeah, I think
Wait,
they
whoa,
were.
whoa, that crossbow? That crossbow was into me?
No, that was at a goblin. No, so yeah, you were hitting the right leg twice, weren't you? Yeah.
I'm gonna run to here, and now I have vision of both of these, correct?
Wait, I parried. And then the second
Yeah,
one.
you took 2
Okay, so I
sevens.
need to account for. Sorry, that my Discord must have been crashed already back then. I'm on 0 wounds. Ouch.
Okay.
Oh.
So 4 damage. You go down to 7. Yeah, you go down to 0, and then you stop. I'm going to give you guys extra chances. You stop at 0. The next hit that hits you takes you into critical, and then we roll on the fun chart. Did you say that's a half move for you, or a full move?
No.
Adventure.
I ran there, and I'm asking if I can see both of these.
Yes. Now you can.
Okay, so this is my full action, and I can also technically just reload while I'm doing this because it's a free action. So.
Yeah, sure. You reload whilst you're running up. Our other elf, you have an arrow locked and loaded. No, you load an arrow, and you can fire.
Yeah, I'll fire that one.
Sure. You just do a flat ballistics.
-10.
Everyone else has been doing normal ones. It's the first game back, so we're forgetting about the -10 for small. So sadly you miss, unless you'd like to use a fortune point to re-roll.
No.
Okay. Magness, you are up. There's a goblin behind you, striking at your legs, and there's a goblin in front of you, striking at your legs. You saw a goblin scream and run off. Magnus, you there?
Yes.
You're up.
Okay, I think it's the. I'm gonna still try and attack the shield goblin
Sure.
with a half aim.
And you hit. He is going to try and parry.
Watch him parry. Watch him parry.
He fails.
Nine.
So for 9 damage to the right arm. He's hurt. He's hurt. That strike, you see, breaks through his crude armor. Wait, come here. Wait, what are you doing? Stop doing that. Come here. Ah, excellent. But he is very much still up. Crossbowmen. Did he reload last time or did he shoot last time? I think he shot. No, he didn't. He reloaded. So he is going to drop his weapon. He's going to draw a weapon, and he is going to half move up, I think. Okay. Casper, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to aim and hit, I suppose.
Sure. You get a +10. Or I've just put in a 10.
Yep, attack. 10. Hey!
And he's going to attempt to parry. He fails. So do you like to roll damage for me?
Damn it. 6.
Trying to think if pummeling should have stopped him. I think that's for when you're stunning someone. I'm pretty sure that's when you're stunning. So 6 damage to the goblin. Ooh, wrong one. To the body. He takes a bit of damage. He takes a bit. He seems more... Oh, actually, he's already taken that. So... yeah, he takes a bit. He seems hurt. But he also seems to be panicking ever so slightly. He's going to clutch his arm and whimper. This one is... Well, his friend's just panicked. I think he might be panicking as well. Let's see. Willpower. Oh, he succeeds. Okay, so he loaded. He's going to shoot at the elf that shot his friend. Because surely she's in the same distance as him. So let's take a shot at the elf on the bridge.
Ooh.
And hit to the body. How much damage? 10! A whopping 10 damage as the arrow zips through and strikes deep within your
Good shot,
bosom.
you little bugger.
He seems quite pleased with himself. He's jumping up and down, pointing and trying to get the other goblin who's running away to look. The other goblin does not look. For the boss, he needs to overcome his own panic. He fails. So, Magness, you get an attack of opportunity as the big boss panics.
No.
You swipe out at him with your long knife, which would probably be a long... Yeah, I can't remember the word for it. But sadly, it swipes above his head as he runs away. Or at least tries to. The other goblin needs to take a willpower check to see. He doesn't rout. He looks at his boss and says, I'm the boss now. For some reason, he speaks English. You're not Reichspiel. You're not sure why. He strikes out. But he misses. Yeah, that's that one. Oh, sorry. Wrong way round. So the other one takes a willpower test. He fails. Okay. So that one, I did that one as a success, and this one is a failure. Cool. So can Casper?
Yes.
You get an attack of opportunity as the goblin screams as he runs away in terror.
Okay, no modifier?
Nope, just a straight ballistic skill, weapon skill. You strike him in the head as he tries to run away. Is it a crunching crack or just a donk? It's just a donk. But he felt it. Oh, actually, hang on.
Gun him like LeBron James.
Just a little love tap in the back of the head as he runs.
Just a little boop on the head.
It will be but a single boop on its
Black
own.
Hand. I believe you need to spend this turn reloading your crossbow.
Yes, full turn.
I can't
Well,
remember
crossbow
off the top of
is
my
a
head.
full turn, yes.
Okay, full turn.
Yes, I'm looking at it now. Full turn.
So next turn you will be able to shoot. This goblin, well, he...
Also, crossbows are bloody heavy.
yeah, they are. So this goblin has just seen his boss run away, so he's gone. He's off the map. There's no chance for him regaining himself. Ileana.
I'm going to... Who shot me?
The one with the crossbow. This one.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, you. So, flat 0.
As you strike him in the leg, he was jumping up and down at the time. It's quite a miracle shot. You strike him in the knee as he
Ooh, not a good
falls to the
damage,
ground.
however. Not a good damage. I do believe he's still alive, isn't he?
Yes, sadly, the first goblin to survive one of your hits. He will live to tell the tale, possibly.
Yeah. Ren's going to wince as she feels the arrow penetrate her, and she's gonna go like, "Oh, you little," and she's just gonna fire. But unfortunately, it's not a kill.
Laria.
I'll reload and
Sure.
shoot at this one.
Sure.
Is there something like point blank range?
No, sadly there isn't.
There is no.
Yeah, you only take negatives for range in this game. It makes sense later on, though. Would you like to use a fortune point to re-roll?
Yeah.
Go for it. They respawn every time. Well, that you regenerate them every time you go to sleep, or one every time you go to sleep. So.
Okay.
Actually, I just realized something. I lied. I take the second damage straight without reducing, so I would actually be
Why?
on 2 wounds instead of 7. I mean 0.
Okay, cool. Sadly, Nuffle just doesn't want you to hit with that, or it's just the bow, one or the other. Magness.
It's possibly because of the poor bow.
Blame it on the
Yeah,
bow.
no, it's definitely the ball. As I'm
Definitely.
I'm turning around and stabbing the goblin behind me.
Sure. And you strike him. He does get a parry. I'm sure this is you, so he probably will parry it.
Yep.
That 1/4 chance swings round on you, mate.
I'm gonna be right back.
Righto. The crossbowman who has drawn a weapon, he is actually going to charge. Yeah, I believe you need 4 spaces. So he charges the goblin in the back. Mercenary crossbowman, there you are. Your weapon is... Ooh, he actually draws a sword. And he hits. The goblin cannot parry again, so damage is done. Ooh, with 11, it's dead. Is it hurt? Oh, actually, no, it might survive. It might survive. To the body. It's got 1 health. Casper, you're up. You've just seen the goblin in front of you take a brutal strike to the back of the... to the back. He squeals and squirms in pain. Casper?
You might be muted.
He said he was coming back in a second.
Ah. Right-o. We shall pass his turn and remind ourselves when he comes back that it's his turn. That one is not doing anything. His arm is busted. This goblin is... I don't believe he was panicked, so he's going to roll willpower and see if he stays and tries to reload his... he fails. So he also is like, nah, fuck this, I'm off. He makes it off and away into the bushes. He runs far, far away, as does the other goblin. How many of his warband is left? 3? Yeah, he's gone. He's gone. There's 2 elves on the field. He's definitely gone. The other goblin, we will leave that goblin for the moment. Well, yeah, but Casper might kill him. Let's give him a willpower check. See if attacks of opportunity come at him. Where are you? There you are. Do you panic? He does, he does. So, he runs. Jazina, are you back? No? Oh dear. Well, the crossbowman definitely gets a attack. Oh no, that's the bloody goblin. You attack now. He hits. The goblin's got 1 health, but might as well. That goblin is very much dead.
Nice.
Oh, hang on, I don't need to click on that. I need to... Yeah. The goblin's too close to the edge of the map, so I can't get the cross to come up. Come here. There we go. So, you're dead. You're dead. This one needs to check to see if he is panicked. Oh, hang on. Wasn't he panicked? Because he ran to there. So yeah, he's already panicked. So he needs to run 12. He's still on the screen. So, have we got any goblins left on the screen? We do. We do. Is that can he see that goblin? No. That's covering too much of that. Right, so can our 2 elves give me 1 last ranged attack each at that goblin?
My goblin ran, that little bastard. He had one of my arrows in it. God damn it. I'm going to use my fortune point because no.
Yeah, I can't make those toy bows work.
Is there
There you
any
go.
way that I can make... Oh, not necessary.
God damn it.
I'll tell you what, I'll Black Hand, I'll give you the shot of opportunity as well. So if you want to roll 1 last ballistic skill with a +10 for aiming, and we'll see if you can take out the goblin as he runs.
So, +15 because...
Yes.
clean skin.
You hit him.
Yep.
Roll damage, please.
Nice.
Excellent. As you see the goblin charge off, 2 shots are dropped by the elves, almost hitting for one and the other going far askew. You see him just about to dash into the bushes as you fire. You just hear this as green blood spurts out, and you see a gobbo fall. And we are out of combat.
I return the crossbow and start looting all the goblin corpses for everything they have.
Sure.
What is my loot?
We'll go over loot after any RP needs to be done, because we do have some new visitors. So, as the fighting calms down, the mercenary whose arm appears to be broken falls to the ground. His comrade comes back to help him. You see the merchant lord come waddling up from... It seems as if he was on the beach, but perhaps not. But it takes a moment for you to catch your breaths and to look around and make sure there is no danger for him to waddle his way up. My Sigmar. Is the cargo safe? He looks at the elves.
Aurelia is going to be... She wanted to kill. Because she lost the trail. There's so much blood and all over the... Oh no. Olivia, collecting my arrows, the ones that are still left.
Sure. You would see around you at the moment a few dead animals, some dead humans, a very, very shocked, in many words, fat human who is quite well dressed, has a treble chin which is quite gross, and a long oiled twirled moustache. That's the one. He stands with his mercenaries, what's left of them. Hello? Why are elves here?
So the first thing Lydia would do, before even acknowledging the existence of the humans, would be try to have a look at the wound that Aurelia took, and maybe try to treat it.
I'll be fine. The humans may be...
Should I roll heal?
If you have heal, we can roll it.
Yeah, if you have heal, you can roll it. If you have a healing poultice, you can use that to increase the healing. I don't believe you have a healing poultice, so at the moment you're more of checking on the wound and making sure nothing has no ribs are broken. No, it's just a penetrating wound. You can't tell much at the moment, and you advise to wait until you have a fire going and have a moment to lay her down to really check on the wound.
Okay.
It meant to me until we know what they're doing. The mercenaries, the one with the broken arm just looks up and shakes his head. The other doesn't load his crossbow and doesn't raise his sword either.
Chief, is there a healing poultice for me to stupid goblins? And can
Casper
take
would-
one of the corpses.
Casper would actually turn to the merchant and say, do we have anything to help Magness? The elves seem to help out. I think one of them fired a bow. I didn't really...
I do not have the gold to acquire healers as well. I have a dwarf. He shakes a flabby arm in the direction of Blackhand. What more do you expect? I may have some healing poultices. Perhaps he looks over at one of his serfs and kind of gestures with his pudgy fingers to go and check the cargo.
That will do. For now.
I don't like where this is going.
My flies. Aurelia will say this in Reichspiel.
We didn't go in your woods, so why do you come here?
Worry not, Lumberfoot. We just heard a commotion and then we just came to see what was going on.
He talks to his mercenaryman. You can roll me a perception to see if you can overhear what he's saying. And that's for everyone. If you'd like to eavesdrop on him, you can roll perception.
Okay.
Would the elves get a bonus?
Yes, this is hearing. Yes, I believe it's +5 for your hearing.
Oh, so close.
We have a bonus for sight-based tests, but we don't have a bonus.
Get a bonus for you've got big pointy ears. I'll give it to you. Some of you
Could we read the list?
The list of
Maybe.
items.
Hey, I did something.
You overhear him say, "Do we have enough for the rest of the way? We must deliver the cargo." You also overhear the mercenary. "There's not enough of us. We won't make it. We must stop and rehire." The noble the merchant looks very perturbed and put out, and well, this simply will not do. You there, you have assisted us, and it appears as if your comrade there has been injured in the effort. I have an offer for you. You are journeying. Perhaps your friend may rest in my trading vessel until she is healed, and you will assist us in the protection. Yes, the protection of your friend and my goods.
I was speaking of Theron. Well, if he's going the same way.
To whom exactly is he speaking? Because I lost it.
He's talking to the two elves at the moment.
Okay, it was because I saw a flashing rectangle, so I thought for a moment it was me. Never mind.
Flashing.
Well, if he's going the same way we are. Good lead. I mean, we're gonna have to use it, even though it's a filthy currency. We'll need supplies from the humans.
They might have healing supplies that could use to treat your wound.
Filthy human brew. Guess what we'll have to do. Tell me, human, she will be speaking in Reichspiel. Where are you going? And if he answers, well, in the direction we're going.
We followed the river up. Well, we followed the river. Nullen will be the next city that we will be visiting, but I will stop at every town along the river to sell my wares and trade for a few days or so.
Aurelia will move to this goblin, which was the first one she killed. She's gonna step on it, pull the arrow out, look back at the merchant and say, "We are not exactly a cheap You do know that, right?
He grimaces as he sees you pull the arrow out and raises a silk handkerchief and begins to wipe and place it near his mouth and disgusting things. Well, I am offering to provide you with transport, yes, and help with your wounds. Surely that is compensation enough.
Really, just gonna give it. Really, that all we were. My friend over here is much more adept at healing than any of you people will ever be. And she's only a young woman.
I'm gonna swear at Merchant and Kislevian, like under my breath.
And seeing how's your friend there on the just lady over here would probably be the best. So yeah, I don't think that would be enough.
The guard with the broken arm stands up and looks at the merchant. He's going to use his group fate point, fortune point, to attempt to stare him down. He does. Well, hang on. It's an opposed test, I think. So it's willpower. To see if you're intimidated. He gets a +10 because he failed. He succeeds. He stares down his bodyguard essentially. We did take injuries. This is true. But do you have the medicine to heal these wounds, or will you be taking upon my generous? The word almost doesn't want to come out of his mouth. The generosity.
You see, Mayfly. We don't need you. You need us. So if you supply us with healing processes that could help you, then yes, we will take it.
Then one of his the other guard who doesn't have a broken arm turns around and says something to him very quietly and then wanders off. The merchant looks far more worried now. You shall have to do the same duties as the others. I can't have anyone as dead weight. You understand? He kind of winces back at that as he realizes, these are elves. So,
Aurelia cocks her head a little bit. Please, you've seen the numbers we dropped behind us. We can stand guard duty just fine, better than any of your probably. If that's what you mean, sure, we'll do that.
Very well then. I suppose he begins counting in his head, and you said one of you was a healer. I suppose 14 gold for the healer to join us. But this will be 3 weeks. Yes, the same contract as the others. 3 weeks for the both of you. I should be somewhat done with my journey by then, and we should be in another town. Yes. I'll pay the healer 14 gold, and for you, I suppose another mercenary 12 gold.
14 for the both of us, and you'll have 3 weeks.
Can you roll me commerce? Or
I
haggle?
don't have commerce, I'm just...
Let me see what skills you can roll. You can roll haggle. So why did I say... Oh yeah, there is... No, there is no commerce. Why did I say commerce? It's because of Dark Heresy. Yeah, you can roll haggle.
Olivia, do you have haggle?
Nope.
Could I roll charm to try and butter him up a little, like just to help out a little?
Sure, yeah, you could roll charm and try and say a few words to butter his biscuit.
I mean, it shouldn't be too hard. He's down a few guards.
Oh no! Apparently not.
You could always
I'm gonna
fortune
fate
it.
vote. Yeah, or not fate fortune.
You start talking about the elven medicine and how good the elven medicine is, and he's like, well, don't bloody have any.
There we go.
Oh, okay. So sure, what would you say to him?
Basically, more along the lines of, well, it's a chance for me to take a look at some elvish medicine. It'll always help us out in the long run if you want to keep us on. I could learn from them a little bit, and maybe, get a couple of ideas, tricks.
An investment.
Plus, in the long run,
He begins
help him
to
around.
he begins to run his fingers over his treble chins, his fingertips sliding along the grooves. Investment. Yes. He kind of looks down at you and very well, very well. But you must help with getting the cargo. The cargo must be delivered, after all.
Of course.
So, you both get 14 gold.
I do believe I handled this right away.
As the merchant goes back to his ship, we'll just put him on the ship. The injured man is also taken away. The rest of you, however, are left over this side to go through and help with the cargo and other things. Also a chance for you to actually meet each other. And if you'd like to describe yourselves in the process, by all means, you can. The NPCs will do all the lifting.
Can I talk to the merchant after I looted everything from the?
Sure, you can talk to the merchant once you're all back on the vessel. But for the moment, it is all the player characters, the one healthy mercenary who you can probably ask some things to, and the PCs.
This. Do you remember?
Sorry, Jim, you keep cutting out.
Oh, sorry. Do you know why is there a download? There. Is it better now? Sorry. What is the action I have to roll for me to see if my arrows are still intact for me to retrieve them?
You roll a 1d10 for every arrow that you fired or you can roll a 1d100 and you've got a 50-50 chance.
Gotcha. So I'm gonna roll.
You know what? They're elven arrows, so I'll give you 9 and 10. You lose the arrow because they're meant to be better, and this is lost and broken. Yeah.
Yep. So I retrieve.
So you lose 1.
Yeah.
So would there be again, this is the first time you guys are meeting each other. You would note that the hirelings who didn't fight in the battle are all moving belongings around. They appear to pick up the dead and move them over as well. They wouldn't care about the dogs. The dogs can stay there.
I'll be sticking close to Magness because I was with him longer than the rest of them. Can you say?
Sure. So, Laria, if you would like, you now have one of the serfs comes over with a bunch of healing poultices. You only have enough for those who are wounded. The merchant is not giving you extra. If you want to try and steal something, you can roll for it, however. But for now, you can roll a healing check on everyone who is wounded. I don't believe you take a minus for heavy wounded.
Do I get a bonus for using the poultices?
No. If you use a healing poultice and you fail, you still fail. It's still used up, but the character gets 1 HP back, I think. If you use the poultice and succeed, they get 1d10 hit points back.
Oh.
Otherwise, you're only healing, stopping the bleeding and healing us for 1 wound.
Okay, so how many people are wounded? I think 3?
You can roll another one for Jim's character, and we'll say that roll before was you looking and examining the wound. Now that you know you're not in danger, the humans are not going to turn on you, and you have a moment to sit down. You can do the removing the arrow and all that good stuff.
I'll use the fortune for that.
Don't worry, man.
There we go.
Good, cool.
Please remember, anyone who went to below 3 wounds, that means you were heavily wounded, and you'll recover your hit points much more slowly, much slower.
I am at 2 wounds now. Unfortunately, 2 out of 12.
So, your Magness, you are classified as heavily wounded. It will take you a while to regain your hit points, but you can do another healing test in in a day's time, essentially.
So that was the healing roll for Aurelia.
So if you use the potus, it's a 1d10. See how much you healed me.
Yep. So who else is wounded? I think Magness is wounded, and
I'm heavily wounded.
I think one of the mercenaries.
Don't worry about the mercenaries. They get healed up. NPCs get healed up separately.
Okay. Nope. I failed.
You still get 1 wound back.
Cool. Sorry, I didn't mean to roll that.
So how much do I get back from this?
1 wound.
Does that mean I'm no longer counted as heavily wounded?
No. Until you reach full, you were heavily wounded. So as the characters all sit down, catch their breath, collect their arrows, you realise, yeah, more people are wounded. Lavia, you have to heal far more people than perhaps you expected. Would you say anything to this human that I believe would be one of the first ones that you'd ever had to work on?
Well, she sigh because she isn't used to working on humans. And, well, she would promise that she tries her best.
After Magness feels much pain. Much pain.
Probably not for the first time in his life.
I'll probably be looking over the shoulder just like, hey,
And certainly not the last.
I mean, she probably wouldn't mention it, but they smell funny to her, I guess.
This is true. This is true. Humans do smell odd to elves, especially when you've never met a human before.
And besides, they've probably. But you know.
Jim, you are still cutting out quite a bit.
Oh boy. Let me just. There you go. Is it better now?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Okay. It started raining and thundering, so it might be that. I'm hoping it's not, but
Okay, that might actually explain it. So as you're healing the group, and you have a moment's rest, the mercenary, after watching his friends' remains get carried away, do what you want with this filth. We don't want nothing to do with them. He looks down sadly at the two dogs that were clearly with them. He removes the collars from both of them, and with a solemn look in his eyes, walks off with hunched shoulders, and a man who clearly has had to do this far too many times.
Oh.
Livia would want to bury the dogs.
Sure. So after you go round and heal everyone, you would see that people are still moving cargo around. You'd have probably about 2 hours for them to actually move everything around and then get it back loaded. So more than enough time to dig a few graves under the trees.
And I guess that the mercenary would probably help me, since he looked pretty sad about the dog.
The mercenary takes the collars and goes back to his job, protecting the cargo and the serfs. But by all
okay.
means, would any of the other NPCs seeing this act of kindness for once loyal hounds aid at all?
it really would definitely help Livia, because even though they are human dogs, they're still animals, and they did their duty protecting their humans.
Oh yeah. Did they pick up the dropped crossbow?
The crossbow is back with the humans. However, I will rearrange the goblins so that I know how many of of each type you have killed. I know there's at least one of those ones, so.
Question.
Sure.
Do I spend the entire time looting, or
Yeah, sure.
or can I talk to the merchant after I finished looting?
The merchant's back on the ship. It'll be difficult to talk to him until you all get back onto the ship. However, you wouldn't spend all that time looting. So you'd essentially gather up all the equipment and look through it all and see how much of it is good, what can be saved, and what is just terrible.
And spare change on their corpses or something. If they have spare change on their corpse.
Yep, I'll put in chat what you acquired from the corpses. Also, for our elven friends, this may be the first time you've seen a dwarf as well. And our dwarf is... Have you ever seen elves before? Any
I
elves?
don't think so.
I might have. I'm 120 years old after all.
Well, I'm still only at 34, so I don't think it.
I mean, if any elf, if any dwarf has ever tried to trespass into the holy forest, I might have killed a dwarf or two.
No dwarfs have ever entered the forest. Hang on. Didn't they go to war against it? Not in living memory for most elves. I don't think the dwarves have gone to war against Lafloran forests because, mountains, forests don't really mix.
Just burn the place to the ground.
There might be good stuff underneath the soil. You never know, but no dwarf has bothered to check, as far as I'm aware.
With my common knowledge of the Empire, would I... Well, no, that would be Greenskins, wouldn't it? Trying to figure out if there's any known clans of
Sure.
goblins or Greenskins around.
You could roll that. It would roll it flat because you'd take a negative for if this isn't your home region, a positive because you've been travelling for so long. Kind of, it will equal out at the end.
I already have a 10% on seasoned traveler.
Yep.
talent.
No, you can. So you can add all your bonuses, but any negatives that I would have given you, and any positives that I would have given you, equal out. So with your seasoned traveller, you can keep that +10. Don't you have another one?
No, that's for languages. Gives me another
Ah,
+10
okay.
languages. Hey.
So with a success, with technically 3 degrees, you would know that there are quite a few goblin tribes around this region. They aren't a massive threat. They're more of a pest. There are bigger clans up north. In fact, there's a larger clan of greenskins up past Nullen. There's a few to your I believe so it'd be your east. Quite a few leagues away. There's miles away. There's a few goblin tribes. As you look at the armor and the weapons, you don't see any just generic greenskin markings. There's nothing that really stands out to you. Blackhand, you can roll your common law flat to see what you know about greenskins in this area.
Nearly.
Sadly, you spent your time gathering knowledge of a different kind, and the talks of greenskin tribes it wasn't really something you were all that bothered in. So
Would my common knowledge of the Empire help any?
you could
Empire or Kislev?
either would actually do, because this is just about. Actually, no, Kislev would probably give you less. Well, no, Kislev has just as big a greenskin problem. So yeah.
Well, they're essentially the same target, so I'm just gonna go roll Kislev.
Sadly, you're just not 100% about this region. Everyone knows some stuff about greenskins, but this area, you're just not sure. But you do know every trader needs guards. What would it be? I tell you what, everyone roll me common knowledge again with a -20 this time. to see what you know about trade caravans. If you are
I am a trader.
Yes. I would say you haven't left that often, but as a trader you would have. You can roll yours flat, Black Hand, because you're not a seasoned traveller, but you have been around.
Which attribute?
It is your common knowledge. So you could do it for dwarves.
Common knowledge, alright. None of my trade stuff.
Okay, with a success.
Wow.
Blackhand, the number of guards for this caravan seems light to you. You haven't travelled with a caravan before, not a human one anyway, and you've heard stories of dwarven caravans leaving with 20, 30 guards. Enough dwarves that they can fortify their wagon and create a wall of dwarven steel. You probably only saw about 8 guards in total. And you only saw 5 on the battlefield today. That seems rather light.
I approached the humans, Magness and the other one, the one with the spear. Jasper. I approached Magness and Jasper. Casper.
Yeah.
So, are you familiar with human caravans?
Not really.
I mostly stick to the rivers.
So, you are semi-familiar with how boats are protected.
Give or take, yeah. Depends how stingy the caravaneer is.
I ask quietly to make sure the merchant can dominate. Is it usual that the trade boats are disliked?
No, maybe this one in particular just doesn't like spending money.
He does seem pretty cheap.
Want to come along and ask for a pay raise? Because after all, we defended it.
You piqued my interest, anyway. What do you think, Magnus? Hello?
Magnus?
You will need to leave fairly soon.
Okay, I'll tell you what. We'll leave the RP for this session.
Alright.
We will hand out the loot, so you can do with all of that stuff as you wish. You get 100 experience for this session, and next session we can have the proper introductions and what sounds like possibly trying to swindle the merchant or pressure him for more money. So I hope everyone's enjoyed this first episode of Mordheim, the City of the Damned.
I did.
A leaf too far. And looking forward to the other episodes to come. So take care everyone, and as always, bye bye for now.